I have never gone YouTube live before. However, the other app is pissing me off today. And I figured it might be easier. Well, I'm going to try this out, filming a live YouTube to see if I can just post it. And then I don't have to edit things. I mean, I know people probably like the edited versions, but I'm just going to try this out. I've never done a live video on YouTube. I don't even know that anyone will join, but I don't like that this is mirrored though. I wish it was not. I wonder if I can change that. What's this? What are these buttons here? I'm just learning. Hello? Is it volume? No. I don't know what this green button does. I don't want to share my screen. I don't want to mute. I can capture moments. I guess I can't. Oh, what's this? You don't have access to this feature. Okay, I don't think I can flop my camera. So I'm going to have to deal with this. I actually might not be flop for you. I should stop rambling now if I'm just posting this to YouTube. Anyways, so if you watch my Race Ready series, you'll know that I repeat what I do on TikTok, the 3 things you need to know before placing any bets or making a fantasy lineup for the race of the upcoming weekend. So this is the extended version of that. I actually don't know how much more I have to give this time comparatively to other ones, but I don't want to break tradition, so we're going to keep going. So the first thing I talked about was Denny Hamlin. The first person I talked about was Denny Hamlin. Well, I actually started off with Tyler Reddick and mentioned that he's not actually the best here like he was last week. So I don't think we have to worry about Tyler Reddick this week. He's 10th in the next gen car with an average finish of 14.1 and 14th all time with an average finish of 17.8. I keep looking at the screen instead of the camera, and that doesn't help you guys. Okay. So his owner, though, Denny Hamlin, he's second average finish all time with an average finish of 10.5. He's 5th best in the next gen car with an average finish of 10.3. He has 2 wins here as well. So this is his 11th best track. So for fantasy purposes, I think he's on the cusp of playing him this week or saving him due to the fact that, you can only use a driver 10 times. There's 10 other ones that are better for him, but he's also pretty good here. So I think no matter what decision you make, it's not a bad one because I don't think it makes sense either way what to do. He came in second in March and then in 6th in the fall. We know what happened. Kyle Larson won the championship. He came in 6th and he led 208 of those laps. Devastation. Maybe a little redemption arc as well for Denny Hamlin in there, a little extra motivation to win at Phoenix due to that happening. So then 2, I go into Kyle Larson. He is the first best average finish here all time with an average finish of 10.3, and he's second best in the next gen car with an average finish of 9.3. He also has 1 win here. And this is his 5th best track. So there's only 4 other tracks that are better for him when looking at average finish. So that's why I think he's a strong fantasy play because this is one of his best tracks. He came in 3rd here in March and in the November race. So strong placement last year, both races. Now, Blaney is the 3rd point I make. I feel like people still, Logano has 4 wins here. I get that. His average finish all time is 12.8, which is 7th best. But I feel like, and then, so he does also have 2 of those 4 wins are in the next gen car. but I feel like maybe the torch is passing a little bit to Ryan Blaney. He has the third best average finish all time with an average finish of 10.9. He's first in average finish in the next gen car with an average finish of 5.8. He has one next gen win. He's first in points in the next gen car. And this is also his fifth best track. So there's only going to be 4 more tracks that he has a better average finish at. And obviously, he won in November. Well, that might not be obvious because that was probably overlooked by the championship being won and Denny Hamlin losing. Sad, but true. So those were my 3 main points. I also gave a little bonus of Chris Buescher. And I talked about Buescher last week, so this might be a week you kind of keep him in there. He came in 5th in March, and this is his 4th best track. So there's only 3 other better tracks for him in terms of average finish. He it has the 3rd best average finish here in the next gen car with an average finish of 9.9. Now that is tied with Ross Chastain, so they're tied for 4th. Technically, he also has a next gen average finish of 9.9 here. And Chastain also has a win here. So Buescher and Chastain are my 2, I guess, dark horses, you could say. Non-favorites that I think will also do well here. So then other drivers that I didn't talk about in those 3 points are Christopher Bell. So Christopher Bell has 2 wins here in the next gen era. He's 3rd in points here, so that means he scores a lot of points. Though he does not rank in the top 5 of average finish. But this is his 10th best track, technically 8th because there's no longer the Roval nor Mexico in the schedule. So he doesn't have a lot of other tracks to max, again, the 10 max of using a driver. I'm trying to currently look up his average. Okay. Since 2023, we don't want that all time. I didn't write it down. I wrote down everybody else's except for his. He's 9th with an average finish of 12.9 all time. So, I mean, that's still a good average finish, though. So that's why I think there's an argument to play him as well. Maybe sub out Bell or Hamlin, pick one of those 2, or pick Buescher or Chastain, one of those 2. Any combination of those. And then obviously we have Joey Logano. Joey Logano has 4 wins here, as we mentioned, 2 wins in the next gen era. He also has the 7th best average finish in the next gen car with an average finish of 11.3. I think maybe you'd be safe with a top 10 bet there. I don't know about a win. Obviously, he has done it, but I feel like that was earlier, and now we're transitioning to more Ryan Blaney, Hendrick Motorsports. Byron is good here as well. Byron is 6th in average finish in the next gen car with an average finish of 11.1, and then 6th in all time as well with 12.2. For Byron, this is his 12th best track, but again, there's no Roval and there's no Mexico City, so technically his 10th best track. He's on that cusp as well. If you wanted to play him here, I wouldn't balk at that either. So in the next gen era, the drivers who have wins are Bell and Logano both have 2. Blaney and Briscoe, Byron and Chastain have 1. So the thing that gives me pause about Christopher Bell here is that he has 2 wins and he's still not in the top 5 of average finish. So that kind of makes me nervous. I feel like he's either win or bust, because how can you have 2 wins and your average finish not be higher than that? I would like to see. All right. he had an accident, so he came in 36 once, but 11, 1, 5, 1, 36. So I think it's just that one bad finish is really bringing down his average, because in November he finished 11th. March he finished first. Last November, like November 2024, 5th. March 1st. Wait, did we find a trend? So every other Phoenix he's won. He won the past 2 March Phoenixes. It's interesting. I feel like that's a good little trend there. Argument to play him and put a bet on him to win, because he likes winning in March. Interesting. I'm glad we found that out together. That I think really covers. I guess we could talk about Briscoe too, since he does have a win here. However, he is also not in the top. He's 17th when it comes to average finish with an average. Oh, we're not. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, 18.4. So let's look at his finishes. 18th, 35th, 29th, 9th, 24th. He won the first next gen car here, but in the Stewart Haas, and hasn't run well here since 2023. 9th and 24, but the last 3 he has done abysmal. So this is definitely not a Chase Briscoe week. That's for sure. So we touched on Larson, Blaney, Buescher, Bell, Hamlin, Byron, Logano, Chastain. Those are all my top favorites, really. So I didn't have too much to say, like I mentioned, but I'm glad we found that Bell trend. And thank y'all for tuning in. And this was an interesting way. We'll see if I can just post this non-edited, and hopefully the volume was okay. And we'll try this again another time if it works well. Thank you.